YouTube. I told myself I wasn't going to make one of these videos because, I don't know, but I kind of just woke up this morning and I knew that I looked at a lot of YouTube videos when I was going to go into my scoliosis spinal surgery to kind of help me like see what others went through and get some of my questions answered that my doctor couldn't answer. And I just feel like it's a cool thing to do. But I mean, obviously I didn't go into the surgery with a GoPro strapped to my forehead, so I don't have like a ton of slideshow pictures to show you, but I also feel like me just explaining it like in detail will help a lot, because I know a lot of the pictures, like, they don't explain everything. And so if you're one of those people where like this is the 100th video if you're watching and you're just kind of looking for a specific question answered, this is how my video is going to go. I'm going to tell you about me specifically, like my scoliosis, like how it was, so you can see if like you're like me or similar. And then I'm going to go to pre-op to inpatient, like the actual surgery, and then I'm going to finish it up with like where I am now and like what I experienced post-op. By the way, I'm 1 month post-op, but the only restrictions I have is like no like exercise till 3 months and no sports contact till 6 months. So I mean, I'm pretty much at a point where I can like look back at it. Anyway, starting off with me, I was diagnosed with scoliosis when I was 6. I was an early bird. My pediatrician, he caught that, but I mean, I had 25 degrees even then. I got referred to one hospital that was like, hey, we should do surgery now. Shout out mom and dad for not saying yes, because I hope, like, I know y'all know, like, your torso does, like, you don't grow anymore after you get it. So I mean, I could be like 17, almost 18 right now with like the torso of a 6-year-old. Oof. Anyways, I got referred to another Baylor Medical, Plano, Texas, and Dr. Hostin has been watching me, still watching me for like 12 to 13 years. Like, they just kind of had an eye on me. And obviously I was only 25 degrees in, so like, not only was I only 25 degrees, that just makes the other people that wanted surgery, like, they're insane. Growing up, got braced in middle school, hated it. Supposed to wear it 20 hours a day, only wear it when I was asleep. Maybe I'd be different today if I'd worn it, but I know there's tons of people where like didn't help them either way, even if they wore it. So what you gonna do? Anyway, 8th grade year was the first time I had to I was 14 years old, genuinely consider surgery, and that was because I was at like 45 degrees by that time. And I was at that point where like, I mean, I've always had really good pain management, but like I was looking at my high school career going forward, and I was like, I want to play sports, but I know, like, knowing now, like, at 6 months you are released, but I mean, what if I did play differently? Like, a lot of my life was shaped around the friends that I made through soccer, like, select soccer, high school soccer, that kind of thing. So, I mean, I don't really regret it. And then they watched me flash forward to, saw junior year, 17 years old, mostly towards the end of junior year. I had decided to, I wasn't going to play sports senior year. I've always been more of a grades over sports kind of girl. Wasn't going to play in college. Probably going to do intramural, but sports wasn't going to hold me back anymore, you know? And I actually, like, what triggered me to, like, get started on it was I saw this girl post a picture of her scar when she had gotten it done over spring break here. And then I was like, hey, like, this is something that, like, I have nothing holding me back to getting this fixed anymore. And, like, by that time, I was at over 50 degrees. 50 degrees is kind of like the mark for surgery, I think, at least for like insurance wise. And I know there's two things that kind of persuaded me to do it. One was pain. I mean, I've always been like good at pain, but like it's more of like a haha, yeah, it doesn't hurt. But like when you're at like over 50 degrees, like it hurts. I'm sorry, like you get sore, especially sitting for a long time and that kind of thing. And the other one was self-image. I know a lot of girls, like, they struggle with that, like, well, like, obviously, hip sticking out, hump on the back. Like, I mean, I wasn't crazy, like, obsessed with, like, what I look like, but I also knew, like, I was, like, when looking in the mirror, I was like, oh, that's annoying. Like, I have all these pretty girls around me, and, like, scoliosis, like, why? But anyway, I decided that I had nothing holding me back, and I had those factors pushing me towards it, so I was ready. I went to my doctor, and I was like, this is what I want. And so, in a nutshell, where I was when I got the surgery, double curve, thoracic and lumbar, 55 degrees on top, 51 on the bottom, S curve, that's what it is. That's where I was at. If you only have one curve, shout out to you. You are so lucky. Like, appreciate that. And so I got my surgery done on July 13th, 2017. And the surgery, obviously, it's a big one. So there's a lot, like, leading up to it, which was, like, I had a lot of pre-op appointments, like, labs I had to go to. Like, I had to have a physical, then I had to get blood taken a couple times. So if you're not a fan of needles, like I wasn't a fan of needles, but, like, now they're just a dull pain. Like, I'm just so used to being pricked from it. And, also, like, leading up to the surgery, like, I had to wash myself in, like, this special soap, like, antiseptic stuff, because I wasn't going to fight it. This big surgery, big part of me is getting changed. I'll do what they tell me to do. Anyway, I had the surgery again, July 13th, 2017, double curve. Ended up, I'll just tell you the results really fast. 2 rods, 24 screws. I went from 55-51 to 18-16. And I mean, you couldn't have told me any different. Like, 18 to 16 looks the same to me as 11 and 12. Like, once you're under 20, like, you are rocking and rolling, my friend. And my hospital stay, I was there for 6 days. That's longer than you're supposed to be in there. Like, they were like, best case scenario, you're out after 3. But I decided to be an overachiever, and I had some issues. Like, so I was super anemic because I lost 700 whatever it is of blood during surgery, and they think maybe I was dehydrated before, but it caused me to be, like, super anemic. I did not have iron in my blood, and or hemoglobin, something wrong with that. I don't know the terms, I'm sorry. But either way, I know that it works like this. Your blood, measured in numbers, supposed to be at 11. I was playing with them. I was at like 7.1 for like 3 days in a row. They could not get it up. But I know if you go below 7, then you have to have a blood transfusion. Which, I mean, at this point, like, I kind of wish I did, because right now I'm on iron tablets for like 3 months. Like, I'm at like 10 something now, so we're good. But I have to be on the iron for a long time to get my blood back up to where it was. And my other issue was nausea in the hospital as a result of constipation. Now, this isn't a big one for a lot of people to worry about. They, like, told me, like, I'm kind of an outlier. Like, I had a lot of trouble, like, using the restroom. Number 2, I'm sorry, I'm real with you, but I went, like, 4 or 5 days without passing, and, like, that was bad. And so since nothing was coming out, like, everything was coming up, and, like, I couldn't eat, and, like, it just really sucked. Like, I did not like throwing up all the time. And, pain, that was another thing I was wondering about going in. Like, every time I thought about the surgery, like, I cringed, because I'm like, I'm not ready to feel that much pain. People might be mad at me. Maybe it's because they're from 2013, 2014, surgery was different back then, I don't know. I did not think it was that bad. Maybe I had an amazing doctor, I'm not sure, but I mean, obviously it did hurt, but it wasn't the, like, videos I watched. They were like, yeah, I would cry in the hospital. Like, I was so hyped up on pain meds, like, I was like, I'm not feeling anything. The most discomfort I had, I was in genuine pain right when I woke up, like, from the surgery. But then, like, they pumped me full of pain meds, and that was it. In terms of pain meds, I know that's a lot of what my mom worried about, because obviously, like, the opioid epidemic, but they wane you off of it pretty fast. You go from the button every 15 minutes for, like, the first day or 2 to an IV that they'll give you, like, at a certain time, and then to finally pills. My drug of choice, they did hydrocodone when I finally got to pills. I'm not sure what I was on before that. But hydros and muscle relaxers, I'm still on those. I'm almost completely off of my pain meds now. I don't know if I said this, but yeah, I did. Month post-op. Like, after about a month, like, you pretty much switch from pain pills to, like, I'm on heavy-duty Tylenol. But yeah, that's pain medicine. Another big thing was what they do is they get you moving. Like, the next morning after surgery, like, they were like, get up. But I mean, that's good, because I mean, like, you hear, like, you have, like, 80-year-olds having this surgery, but, like, when you're a teenager, like, your body's a lot better able to withstand what you're going through. And so what that means is, like, the more you move, the faster you're gonna heal. So, like, people that lay around all day, especially, like, the older people that, like their bodies aren't, like, capable of, like, this much stress, and, like, then being able to move on top of that, like, while you have your body now, like, you gotta move. And so they had me up, they had me walking. I do laps. Like, at first I had a walker around the floor, and then obviously, like, when I got home, like, walking was a big thing that I did. And they also have you sit in the hospital. It's not very fun, but I mean, like, if they lean you back a little bit, like, you can put your feet up, like, that makes it feel better. Also, anything else in the hospital? If I'm missing any questions, like, that you're worried about, like, just feel free to comment below. I don't know if, like, I might answer them there. If there's enough, make a second video. Who knows? Anyway, that was my hospital stay. Pretty much covered a lot of it. And then they released me after day 6. I started on a Thursday, came out on a Tuesday, and I came home. A great thing for me was that my grandparents came to town. They're from Missouri, so they traveled a long way. I love them. But they watched my brother and sister at home so that my parents could stay with me a lot of the time. And at the hospital, so that I wasn't alone the whole time. Oh, I never said in my hospital stay exactly. I was in ICU for like 2 days, and then the rest of the time I was in like a floor like everybody else. And then yeah, going back. But coming home, I came home to Grandma's cooking. Sounds great. I mean, it wasn't though, because like, I mean, I love her, but she just wanted me to eat, and I did not want to eat, especially after the nausea from the hospital. I mean, I was good at that point. I mean, I don't think I ever threw up once I was home. But I was not a big fan of eating. I mean, gradually, probably like within the week of being home, a lot of things got better. You sleep a lot still at home, but like that kind of wanes off, and like your appetite wanes up. Yeah. And so that's me. And like a lot of what my days consisted of at the beginning was like I would sleep a lot, or if I wanted to be social, I'd come and I'd lay down on my couch in my living room so that I had my family around me. But then again, I'd probably fall asleep there too. I liked walking. A lot of the things that relieve pain, like you feel the best when you're lying down, or me when I was walking. I mean, obviously I couldn't walk that far, but like getting movement in you, it felt good. And so obviously I'm in the Texas heat during the summer, so I mean I had the early morning or late at night. But I'd take my pug Denver, and I'd have to have somebody else walk him because I couldn't handle the jolt if you saw a rabbit or something. But yeah, it was pretty good. Also sitting. I said sitting, it's not that fun. It gets better. I mean, I had to work on it because I go back to school next Monday. I'll be sitting in a classroom all day, and so kind of gonna have to get good at it. But sitting, you just kind of gotta work on it. And so sitting, laying down, walking. After about a week, big thing for me, I did not like going braless all the time. I put on normal clothes after about a week of being home. I like t-shirts and stuff still. Showering gets easier. Like, you get pretty independent pretty fast, depending on how fast you want to be independent. Oh, a big thing I got to is the scar. I mean, I never really had an issue with the scar. They were like, the scar's gonna be fine. Like, it's big, but don't worry about it. I was like, I'm not worrying about it in the first place. Like, that's gonna be a cool story to tell. Like, it's a good, like, conversation starter. You should see the other guy. Anyway, big long thing in the hospital, completely covered. But when you get home, like, especially like when you start showering so that thing doesn't get damp and whatever, you have the scar, and then you have like tape. They call it steri strips, but it's like little things of tape. And so I mean, like, they're like within 7 to 10 days they're supposed to fall off. I had some strips, like probably 3 last until my month appointment, where my doctor was like, ew, like, yeah, just take them off. But I mean, like, me and my mom were both kind of about the scar. I mean, obviously, like, I don't know, like, I didn't like people touching it. Like, it makes me like, it's still to this day, like, I don't like a lot of like touching on it, because I don't know, it just grosses me out. Anyway, yeah, strips come off. Like, a lot of mine rolled, because like I'd lie down and like they would like rub and like they'd roll up, which is fine. What a lot of people don't know is, like, I mean, I'll probably put a picture in here, but like your scar, like in the pictures, like you see it's like there's brown surrounding the scar, and like I always thought like that was scab, but apparently like that's like adhesive. Like, it's like brown like glue that like not only one like helped your scar stay together, but like had the stickers, had the steri strip stay on. And so like when I got to the 1 month appointment, like, I mean, like, it's fine. Like, we didn't want to mess with it. Like, what if that was scab? Like, we didn't know any better. But he was like, yeah, like, my mom had to like soak, like, I took a shower and I had to soak it, and then like my mom had to like peel off the like brown like adhesive, and like underneath was like a scar, like a brand new scar, and I was like, whoa, we left that on, that's kind of nasty. Anyway, I mean, obviously don't mess with any of that until you talk to your doctor, but yeah. Okay, so scar. walking at home. Oh, other things that I've encountered that like it might happen to you, might not. Itching. I know quite a few people talked about it. It happens. Like, it's going to happen. Itching. It itches. When like a lot of this stuff, like write down like the stuff you have questions about. Like when I just went to my 1 month, and, like my doctor pretty much had an answer for all of it. But I know at least by the 1 month you can start putting Benadryl cream on the side. He contributed a lot of the itching, probably to the dried adhesive still on my back, and then taking Benadryl in itself. Obviously the sleeping wasn't a problem for me at the beginning, but like now at 1 month, I have a lot of trouble sleeping. I don't know why, but like it's just hard for me to sleep at night. I don't know if you're supposed to take a lot of heavy duty medicine. I know for one, I can take Benadryl to help me sleep. My mom was super like about giving me anything, like, because like obviously you have a lot of stuff before the surgery you can't do. Like I couldn't drink smoothies because like no supplements, like yada yada yada, that kind of thing. But going to the doctor, like he'll let you know what's safe and what's not. Email him if you have a question. Like they're usually pretty good about it. And yeah, that was me. My surgery, scoliosis. Again, if you guys have any questions, if you think I left something out, if somebody in another video said something and I didn't talk about it, I mean, if I didn't talk about it, probably didn't happen to me, but it could have, or it just didn't matter that much. It wasn't that big of a deal. But I told you like the big things, which is good. And obviously me, 1 month, I feel pretty good. The only thing I can't do is exercise. I miss that. As a soccer girl, I was always in shape. But I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I was told I couldn't bend for 3 months at the beginning, but then like my doctor was like, yeah, like you can bend and pick something up, but like just try not to overdo it. Like a lot of it's like, don't overdo it. Your body will talk to you. Like it's not like like my mom tried to do the thing where it was like, don't make that, like, you know, like when people say like, don't make that face or it'll get frozen that way. My mom's like, don't do too much or your bone graft will break. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. Sorry parents if I'm exposing you, but no, you're good. Like your kid's body will talk to you. Like if you bend away and like you get like an automatic like, oh, going back, not gonna do that. So yeah, that was me. My scoliosis story. Went from 55-51 to 18-16. I'm allowed to even like swim now. Like I'm good after a month. Like it is not that bad. Like you'll get through it. So yeah, I'll probably leave my like I'll put my Twitter down below at least, because I put a picture online of like before and after the surgery. If like those pictures like aren't very good quality when I put them on here, but like it's kind of insane. Like I don't know, like I'll put it in here or not, but like my back before like looked like a straight up S, and then like now like it genuinely looks like a straight line. Like it's insane. Oh, one thing I didn't cover, like my body after surgery, like looking at my body, my stomach was distended for a while. I kind of want to like contribute that to constipation and stuff, but like a lot of people say like obviously like looking at spine from the side, like on a lot of normal people, like their back goes like this. So like when they put your back like in like this at the bottom, like that can push your stomach out more than like it used to be, because obviously like your spine wasn't there to push it out like a normal person's was anyway. But then the hump on my side like completely gone, but up top I had a little bit, I still have a little bit of like a protrusion on my right side, but like I believe myself when I say like I only notice it because I was so used to nitpicking my body before. Like, you know, like you're so used to like being critical of like, oh, scoliosis, hump, like yada yada. Like you're good now. You'll be good after surgery. Like you will be happy with your body, because I mean, even if it's not perfect, it was nowhere close to where it was. So you're good. If you're thinking about getting the surgery, like if you're in genuine pain and like you have the image issues and like that kind of thing, like get it done. Like get it done before like you have to like spend a summer home from college. Like you want to be living when you get out there, not like being conquered by scoliosis, you know? Like scoliosis is strong, bro. Like you'll get through it. And if you're about to go through it, don't be so nervous. Like you're about to do a great thing. Like it's gonna be tight. Like you'll get through it. Not that bad. Or at least like tell yourself it's not that bad. Good luck.